We are critical thinkers,
We're mathematicians.
writers,
athletes,
explorers.
We're learning to research.
we are engineers,
we're scientists,
we're creative,
we get to be artists.
We're making beautiful music together.
We're learners for life.
I care about every single student.
We want
I
them
want them all to dream
big.
When I grow up, I'm going to be a doctor.
I want to be a marine biologist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
I want to be a teacher.
A chef.
A journalist.
A scientist.
An architect.
I'm going to be the President of the United States.
I want to be the best educator that I can be.
I teach to inspire and empower young people.
I'm preparing them for their future.
I'm sharing my knowledge and talents with the next generation.
It's all about student success and giving them opportunities to shine.
I'm making a difference.
My teachers really care about me.
I'm constantly learning new ways to be a better educator.
We're challenging students to be thinkers and problem solvers.
We're using technology to learn.
I love technology. I mean, all by myself.
I had an opportunity to build a robot.
I've gained real-world experiences through my internship.
I'm gonna go to college.
I'm going to make the world a better place.
I am the future.
At Montgomery County Public Schools, we are preparing students with the skills to be successful in college, the workplace, and in life.
I am MCPS.
I am MCPS.
I am MCPS.
We are MCPS! Good morning. Today, we will. How do we write we? I love teaching kindergarten and first grade. Good. There is so much for them to learn, and they are learning new things every day.
Miss Kaden helping us learn numbers.
6 reds and 4 yellows. How can we turn that around?
4 reds and 6.
Can you make it for me?
We make it fun to learn. We play games, we sing songs.
These are the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
She helps everyone in a different way.
For a lot of them, this is their first time in school, so I want to build that relationship with them, that this is a safe place to come. I am their school mom. If a student is challenged with something that we are doing, I want them to know that it's okay to make a mistake, that it's okay to take a risk, and it's okay to try and keep trying until we get it or we don't get it. 5, 6, 7. Do we have a problem?
Yes, wrong spelling.
Where's 8, 9, 10?
After months of practicing steps and routines, more than 100 MCPS students participated in the 15th annual Latin dance competition on Monday, November 24th. The event was held before a packed house at the Music Center at Strathmore. The MCPS Latin dance competition is sponsored by the After School Dance Fund, whose mission is to build strong Latin dance clubs in MCPS and also supports the academic and social-emotional success of students.
The mission of the After School Dance Fund is to promote health, exercise, cultural diversity, and unity through Latin dance education. This event is very special for the Latin community because it celebrates our culture.
Hey, mister! Down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout. And this timeout means big fines and possible points on your license. And more importantly, you could have endangered students' lives. That's why, to curb this reckless behavior, school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe. So play it smart, play it safe, and respect the bus.
Meet MOE.
Hi there, I'm MOE.
MOE stands for Maintenance of Effort, a state of Maryland law signed in 1984. It requires local governments to provide, at a minimum, the same level of education funding per student from year to year. MOE sounds like a solid plan to protect education funding, right? Well, not exactly. Maintenance of effort is a misnomer. MOE only maintains the same level of educational services if costs remain the same, and costs rarely stay the same. Prices just keep creeping up. We all experience this with our own personal finances and monthly bills. So while the MOE law provides for funding at the same amount per student from year to year, it does not account for the rising costs of educating students. MOE does not address inflation, wage increases, and the rising price of goods and services, such as fuel, electricity, health benefits, textbooks, computers, and other school materials. So with costs rising every year, funding at the maintenance of effort level actually means reducing our level of support for our students.
I didn't know that.
When winter or severe weather strikes, the decision to delay or close schools involves dozens of people and departments throughout MCPS. Leading the charge is the Department of Transportation.
Jim said it's bad in the Bethesda area, between trees and ice everywhere, and he says closer you get to River Road, the worse it gets.
Sure. There are many folks throughout MCPS that are involved in this, and each one has a process that automatically kicks into action as soon as there's a mention of snow or ice. An important part of our process are the folks that go out and check actual road conditions, because we're getting
with the attack on Pearl Harbor, the loyalty and the patriotism of Japanese Americans was called into question.
Hundreds of thousands of people were forced to sell their homes or leave their homes and businesses within a very short period of time, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and be relocated to a place where they were in camps, they were in prison, essentially.
Executive Order 9066 happened in February, stating that evacuation will occur. We had about a week's notice to pack up what you could carry and report to the assembly center. There was a list of things you could not take, radios and things you were not allowed to take. I left my favorite dolls, my favorite books, my piano was left. So in my suitcase, I had an autographed book from my friends and my clothes, and that was about it.
Today was filming for Panther of the Month. We're surprising students and staff members who won the awards.
You are Staff Panther of the Month. Congratulations.
What I want to instill in our school, above everything, is a true sense of community. As an admin team, we meet on a regular basis to check on the big picture items of the school. I make sure that I'm communicating with my security team, front office team. I like being able to go into the classrooms to see the wonderful things that our teachers are doing and to also watch the way in which the students are responding and the interaction between the two. Being a principal is like being a parent. All of your children are different and need something different from you.
She is definitely like everyone's mom. Her door is always open. You can come talk to her about literally anything.
She cares for us. She makes sure we're going down the right path.
Sometimes she shows up in our classrooms and talks to us individually, and she's always there to advocate for us and help us succeed in school. If I have a problem with my classes or my grades or my teachers or personal things at home, she's always available.
My leadership style is rooted in relationships. The power of the relationships is what makes or breaks the school. In order to be able to move a school forward with the academics, which is what we're about, you really have to have the climate that is conducive to education, which starts with students feeling safe and secure. But then the deeper part of that is the relationship building where students know that people care about them. So we're all in it together, working hard to make sure that our students outperform, their own dreams and imaginations.
Every single student at this building feels like they have a connection with her.
I definitely feel like I know her as a person and as a leader. She makes this a place for you to love to be.
If Paint Branch was a Cadillac, she's premium gas. And when you have someone like her who really is dedicated to making sure every student feels a part of something bigger than themselves, letting her down isn't an option. And I think that's something that really motivates the community as a whole.
Oh, I learned many things talking to the students and what's going on, in their lives. How are they currently doing in their classes? Who's been sick? We talk about music. They ask me questions about my hair.
It's her birthday. Say happy birthday.
And we, of course, also talked about them as a person. It really comes back to that community and how do we help each other.
She cares about everyone and every program and every group we have in this school. She definitely is the spirit behind the school.
She's really the captain of our ship. If it's happening at school, she's there.
If there's a problem, she's always on it, and she's always ready to handle things.
I think when I walk into the building every morning, really knowing kids are counting on us to give them our very best, I hold that near and dear to me, and so, I'm ready to go. Let's give them our best.
Within our pre-K to 12 milestones, we have a lot of new terminology. And one of those terms is instructional levels. And we have 4 instructional levels. We have the primary foundation level, which is kindergarten through grade 2, where students learn the basic tools of reading, writing, and computing. We have the intermediate level, which is grades 3 through 5, where students use those tools to comprehend, calculate, and communicate. We have the middle school level, which is grades 6 through 8, where students examine the breadth and depth of various content areas. And we have the high school level, which is grades 9 through 12, where students are putting it all together as they expand their study of content, as well as apply their knowledge and skills to problem solve and analyze. So
I love the internet. It's a place you can go after school. MySpace is amazing. Chat rooms and blogging are great. Check out my new website.
Watch this video I downloaded.
I download the greatest games.
I instant message and gossip on the web.
I'm always meeting new people online.
Always watching videos on YouTube. They're so fun.
You gotta check out this video of myself I put on YouTube. Did you get that email about Kelly and what happened at Maria's party?
Facebook keeps me connected. I just posted photos of myself on the web. And putting myself out there.
And making new online friends.
And meeting new people.
I pretend I'm older and cooler online.
I'm constantly IMing and texting.
This guy I met online, he wants to hang out.
My parents have no clue what I do on the internet. They just don't know what they're missing.
Find out what you're missing. Talk to your kid about the internet. And be internet smart. Be internet safe.
Students from Gaithersburg Elementary School, as well as students from across Montgomery County and the world, participated in the International Walk to School Day. Community leaders joined the walk to share the importance of this yearly event.
It calls attention to the value of walking to school for your physical, your psychological, for the environment, for everything, and use crosswalks, and buses and drivers, be careful.
Montgomery County Police and firefighters were on hand to celebrate the day, along with 2 of their mascots.
This is Zeal. Zeal is the county's crosswalk zebra. Zeal comes to different outreach events and just helps us get the message across to the kids the importance of being safe while walking, using crosswalks, obeying the ped signals, and just not being distracted and paying attention while they walk.
Welcome to SSL in Action. I'm Russell, and this is the place to get the scoop about student service learning, or SSL for short. The basic definition of SSL is the practice of combining meaningful community service with the lessons we have learned in school. Students apply their academic skills to the real world and to meet a real need or service. Here are some important facts you should know about student service learning. SSL is a mandatory Maryland graduation requirement where students have to earn 75 SSL hours. 45 can be earned in school, but 30 additional hours have to be completed outside of the classroom day. What's up, dude? MCPS students can start earning hours over the summer upon completing 5th grade, and then have middle school through their senior year to complete this requirement. Peace out. SSL opportunities must be 1. Provided through school-specific MCPS courses, school-sponsored activities, or a nonprofit organization which meets MCPS guidelines. 2. Completed in a public location. 3. It must be secular or non-religious in nature. And 4. It must be supervised by a non-parental adult. There are important MCPS forms for you to use to document your service and ensure your SSL hours are added to your student record. Every middle and high school has a teacher who serves as an SSL coordinator and can help with all of this. Now, Let's go to Amisha, who's at Holly Wells Middle School.
Thanks, Russell. Here at Holly Wells and all MCPS middle schools, students begin the process of getting their SSL hours. Let's check it out.
My mother thought that it was very important to teach the Holocaust to young people because she felt that history seems to continue to repeat itself. And by starting with young people, she could teach how important it is for human beings to take care of each other.
We're standing here at the site of Flora M. Singer Elementary School. It's opening this August 2012. Flora M. Singer, she was a remarkable human being. She dedicated her life to teaching and educating others.
So now in Denver, please welcome Flora Singer.
What else is there to do if one person can't help another?
You need other people and other people need you. And whether those people are Jews or Christians or Muslims or whatever.
And because of my story, I have retained great hope in humanity.
This is the story of the remarkable life of Flora M. Singer.
My mother was born in Antwerp, Belgium on August 16th, 1930. My mother was always an avid reader, and she loved school, and she really valued education.
Flora's education and childhood came to a frightening end in May of 1940 as the horrors of World War II entered Belgium, and the Nazis began rounding up Jewish families like Flora's. To escape the concentration camps, for 5 years, Flora and her family went into hiding, aided by the heroic deeds of people like Benedictine monk Father Bruno Reinders, who helped save hundreds of Jewish children.
I knew that you're not supposed to lie, that lying is a very bad thing. But since there were very bad people who wanted to hurt me because I was Jewish, I had to lie and pretend I was not Jewish. I lived in very great fear. They ended up staying in fields, barns, different convents. The one event that she relayed to me was that the Nazis were coming and they had knocked on the entrance to the convent, and the Mother Superior rushed them down to the cellar where they would store the fruits and vegetables. And the Nazis would come down with their bayonets and poke around the bags, and they had to keep absolutely quiet. And because of the people that came to her rescue, her family's rescue, and put their own lives in danger to save 3 little girls that they didn't even know, she felt strongly that even in the midst of one of the darkest periods of human history, in the midst of evil, there is goodness.
Good morning. That's very nice to ride with friends, right? The most important thing of my career as a paraeducator is building the connection, building the relationship with the students, their families, and the school. I think it's very important that we all work as a team.
My parents are very good friends with Miss Carbonell. She would help my family in any way. She's like the face of the school.
Hello, señora Viviana. ¿Cómo está? Buenos días. Le habla la señora Carbonell.
She's one of the most important people in the school. Everyone would fall apart without her because she goes everywhere, she helps everyone.
As an educator, I am a mother, I'm a grandma, I'm a friend.
I'm going on to middle school next year, and I'm really gonna miss Miss Carbonell. If you ever need something, you can always turn to her.
With some students, I keep in touch with them. They want to tell me how is their life going.
I've known Ms. Carbonell since kindergarten. She's that voice telling you that you can do it.
Mrs. Carbonell always pushed me to become a better student.
Kids learn different ways, and some of them need more support than the others. I want them to succeed. I want them to learn. I want them to know that they can be somebody in the future, and I'm there for them.
Ms. Carbonell taught me to strive to my goals, to complete, to never stop, to persist, to have a smile on your face.
Seeing the kids' smiles is something that I need every day for me to keep on going.
We're gonna wrap up the puzzle hunt that we've been.
I am very high energy because it's contagious. I want my students to know that when they come in, we're gonna keep it high energy, we're gonna keep it focused on rigor.
Her personality and her creativity and ways of learning helped me a lot in math. Now math isn't as difficult for me anymore.
She's trying new ways to get us to focus, and she has a sense of humor. She interacts with us. It's not just all sit down, do your work.
What do I know about vertical angles? Discourse is very important in my classroom. They're going to socialize and they're going to talk regardless. And so it becomes my job to give them the tools to talk about math. A lot of kids come to me and they think that math is something that is very difficult, and that creates a little bit of anxiety in them. I hope to be instilling in my students that you can do this. I understand that it's a little bit scary and that I'm asking you to do something hard, but I'm going to help you do something hard. Then you can usually turn that around. Not quickly, but they have to know that you believe in them.
I've always had confidence, but she builds it. I love how she cares about the kids like they're her own.
Good, good. I love that you have your Fairwater arms out. You're ready to roll.
There's always that teacher that you never forget from high school, and I think Mrs. Shea is that teacher. She's the teacher that really inspires you.
There's this Maya Angelou quote, words mean more than what's said on paper. It takes the human voice to infuse them with deeper meaning. And I think that definitely embodies like the kind of teaching Miss Shea has because of just her liveliness and her bringing every single work we've read to life. She sets up the kind of safe space that people feel like they can interpret things however they like.
And she's always wanting you to do more, like to do better.
She always wants you to reach out to her for help.
In homework club, for instance, we'll take a look at their grades with them and ask them what's going on and ask what I can do to help.
Her confidence, her love, her joy for the job that she does, it just made me feel more confident in myself. She was one of the teachers that helped me get through freshman year with the success that I had.
It's really important to me that every teacher in my department sees the potential in every child. And it's not good enough if some of the kids get it. Everybody has to get it. And everybody's not going to get it the same way. And that requires a lot of flexibility as a teacher, as a human being. A lot of teachers talk about the light bulb going off as the best moment of teaching, but for me it's really the daily grind. It's the productive struggle and figuring out ways to lead the student to that light bulb, that aha moment.